This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Sports Minister, the Honorable Michael Pintar, making his contribution to the budget debate in the House of Assembly yesterday. He revealed that his ministry is aggressively looking into new projects.
We will vigorously pursue financial and other resources, nationally and internationally, that would enable us to introduce or amend legislation, policies, programs, or projects. The fourth key consideration that will guide our work is we will continue to ensure that world-class physical infrastructure for youth, sports, and cultural development are in place. Similarly, Mr. Speaker, we will concentrate on building our feeder system so that we train and practically support emerging athletes, budding cultural practitioners, and young people in general, who may otherwise fall through the cracks or underachieve if not guided and supported.
As for our national heroes and sporting leaders,
I've had the opportunity and great pleasure to meet a number of the federations both here in New Providence and in Grand Bahama. There are so many amazing, iconic figures who have dedicated their entire life to sports in the Bahamas. Some have been recognized and celebrated, and many, many have been overlooked. This is also true about our athletes. We have many elite athletes, some who are benefiting from subvention, while others are languishing, wondering when will their subvention come true.
And on that note, moving forward, our elite athletes will know just what is expected.
In dealing with our athletes, not just as citizens, but especially as policymakers, to be careful of the mindset we put them in when they are training to be ambassadors for our country. And so it is our intention over this fiscal year to refine the subvention program at the ministry with responsibility for sports, to reach out to our athletes and to have a very clear and transparent conversation with them about what our policy is going forward and how we might better serve them. And to make this overture not just directed to a select group of sports, but to demonstrate appreciation for the wide range of sports in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Jonquel Jones has been named the WNBA Eastern Conference Player of the Week. It's the first time she has earned the honor. She led the Eastern Conference in rebounding and blocks per game with 10 and 2.5 respectively. She was also the co-leader in steals with 2 per game and 6 in points per game with 17.5. The country's best young track and field athletes taking center stage this past weekend at the B3A's Junior Nationals. Chris Saunders takes a look at some of the field events.
Latia Saunders fired off a 34-meter throw on her first attempt, but it was her second attempt in the under-18 girls javelin that was able to win 39.25 meters, or about 128 feet, 9.25 inches.
Shoulder started bothering me, but I just kept my mindset that I was going to do the best that I can, and I did.
Casey Camp and Acacia Astwood were within a meter of each other the entire competition, but it was Astwood by just over a meter for the under-18 girls discus win. Her best throw, 35.7 meters, or 117 feet, 1.5 inches.
I practiced so hard, trying to get my technique down, but today it wasn't the best, but I won, so I'm okay.
Ben Clark was the only competitor in the under-18 boys high jump. He was attempting 2.05 meters, but just didn't have it to get over 6 feet 7.75 inches.
I could have cleared the last one easily, but as you can see, the last 4 steps are most important, so I have to work on that, stutter into the bar. I just need to open my stride a little more, and I'll be good.
In the under-20 boys high jump, Kyle Alcime cleared 2.15 meters, 7 feet, and was trying to go after 2.2 meters, or 7 feet 2.75 inches. He said he was fine with the performance, though, at 2.15 meters.
I can't ask for nothing better. It's been a long season for me, so, everything's tight now. Trying to still will myself until after the Pan Am or or even senior nationals in Panama and senior CAC if I make it. Just try to build myself there and then go to college.
In the under-20 boys triple jump, Tamar Green had one thing on his mind, clearing 15 meters. On his third attempt, he popped 15.01 meters, or 49 feet 3 inches. He then called it quits with the win.
This half approach 6 steps, so I've been jumping 15 and 15 all year, so I just want to try the half approach. So if I know I could go up half, I get 16 or full. So that was my game plan.
In the under-18 boys long jump, Denvon Wims dominated from the first jump and was able to hold on for the win. His third jump in competition, 7.2 meters or 23 feet 3.5 inches, was the best performance on the day.
It's limited amount of people there, so it was going around a bit fast, and my legs just wasn't with me with that because it was just a little competition. But other than that, I just was having a really off day.
Wims, like many at Nationals, had already qualified for the 3 summer junior teams, Commonwealth Youth, Junior Pan Ams, and Junior Worlds. The B3As is expected to name those teams this week. Chris Saunders, ZNS Total Sports.
With the college track and field season over with, athletes now returning home to compete at Nationals this weekend. Among them, Carmisha Cox and Devin Charlton.
I'll say my season was a bittersweet one. My indoor season went really well, performed well, a lot of PRs. I got injured at Big Ten's indoors, and that kind of delayed my progress outdoors. But I think I finished well with everything in mind, coming back from an injury. And going into Nationals, I'm just looking forward to running my best this season. I'm looking to lower my times. I'm not pleased as yet. I'm a perfectionist, so I'm always looking to be better. So hopefully I can do that in a timely manner.
It was a pretty good season collegiate-wise. Just looking forward to coming home, going to trials, running a good time, and heading on to London.
Anthony Seymour, the lone Bahamian on the minor league baseball diamond last night. He went 2 for 5 with 2 stolen bases and scored the only runs for the Florida Fire Frogs as they went down to Tampa 4-2. The crew from Sweet Island Gals still celebrating their back-to-back wins at the Mayaguana Regatta. Owner and skipper Keith Brown said he wouldn't be where he is right now without the help of the late Marty Bullard.
I admire him because and with Marty, I learned a lot. And Marty was one of those guys, people don't talk about Marty Bullard now, but I always talk about Marty Bullard because when he came on board Sweet Island Gals, nobody could have beat him. No Stephen Knowles, no Mark Knowles, none of them. Once Marty was on Sweet Island Gal, she was champion straight through. And after he died, I had to take over. But I ended up, because like just being cool and stuff like that, I had to learn to sail my boat myself, and you see where I am today.
Of late, it seems more and more regattas are popping up outside of holiday weekends, so we asked the minister responsible for regattas, the Honourable Renward Wells, if this is overkill.
No, there's not too much regattas. I believe that what needs to happen is we just need to be able to get Bahamians out of Nassau to the Family Islands, and then they would really begin to appreciate what regattas are, what home festivals are, because each island in the Bahamas has its own unique flavor, and the Bahamian people who are in Nassau, who may not necessarily be from that island, ought to be able to come and experience that indigenous flavor and difference. There are those unique little differences between the islands.
And that'll do it for sports. Stay tuned, check on weather still to come.